commitment that we will work together to get this right.
Liberal Democrat spokesperson Jess Brown-Fuller.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I thank the Minister for advance sight of her statement. And I would like to put on record how it is recognised on this side of the chamber that the Minister has worked to move this bill forward and has given a lot of care and attention to trying to get it into this place. But, Madam Deputy Speaker, the situation we are in is frustrating for all sides of the House. This landmark piece of legislation will transform the relationship between public bodies and victims of horrendous tragedies. It was this government, it was this Prime Minister who committed to its implementation in full in his government's manifesto. Yet we now find ourselves again in limbo. The carve-out for security services is completely unacceptable and has ground this process to a halt. That is why it is vital that this legislation includes clear, binding provisions to ensure the security services are subject to the duty of candour. Despite much of the rhetoric around this, there are clear ways to include the security services in this duty, while still protecting sensitive national security information. We already do it at the moment, and the Honourable Member for Liverpool West Derby alluded to it in his Amendment 23, which I'm pleased to have supported. Provisions already exist to allow evidence that is too sensitive for public disclosure to be heard in closed proceedings before a judge in inquiries, so there is no issue there. Heads of service must be held to account if they refuse to provide relevant information to inquiries and investigations. But it's not for them to decide what is relevant to an inquiry and investigation. It is up for the independent chair of that inquiry. Campaigners raised this issue as early as last September, and ministers were made fully aware that this was a red line for the victims and their families. Now, I trust that the Minister has the families at the forefront of her mind in everything she has done. So I ask her, when the Government presents its bill to the House of Commons, will the duty of candour apply to all in the intelligence services? Will the Minister commit to ensuring that report stage and third reading of the bill will take place as soon as possible so that we have a chance that this legislation will pass prior to the end of this parliamentary session and the next King's speech, as promised? And will she make a cast-iron guarantee that it will be in this place that we put the full Hillsborough law forward, not the other place, so elected representatives can fully scrutinise the finished legislation?
I thank the Honourable Lady for her questions and for the tone and the candour in which she conducts herself, and that is appreciated on this side of the House by the Government. I also recognise and share the frustration from the Honourable Lady and the House as to how this process has been conducted. This is no ordinary bill. This is something more than an ordinary bill, and it deserves proper scrutiny, and we will ensure that it has proper scrutiny in this place, and the bill will come back to this House, to the Commons, for adequate scrutiny before it goes to the Lords. We have made that commitment today. I also want to set on record, Madam Deputy Speaker, that there has never been a carve-out for the intelligence services. The duty of candour and assistance has always applied to them. The amendments that the Government had tabled applied directly to individual employees of the intelligence services. The difference had always been, Madam Deputy Speaker, on the procedures in place on how we handle that secure information. But we are committed to finding a way forward for the benefit of everyone. We are committed to doing that as soon as possible. I cannot give a definitive timeline on that, but we are committed to doing it as soon as possible and at pace with the families and the intelligence services, but we have to get it right. It will come to this House first, and I am committed that it will apply to all public servants.